All right, everyone, we're talking about week 5 of this cycle. So this is going to be the last week of this cycle, September 12th through the 18th. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about is that we've been working on this theme of transition and control. Okay, so transitioning between movements, modalities, and how do you manage that conversation, and control, how do you speak to yourself when workouts get intense. This is going to be one of the hallmark differentiating factors between athletes who are able to do this long term and athletes who have a real struggle with their initial phases in CrossFit and might not necessarily stick with it. If you're able to contextualize your training, you're able to kind of look at what you're doing objectively, interpreting how you're feeling, measure that against everything else that's going on in your life, you're going to have a much more successful strategy in terms of knowing what you should work on or where you can go, because the idea behind it is that it's not about one workout, it's about the greater picture overall. Now, with that, you're going to see a couple things this week. The intensity is going to be at its highest point. We're going to be finding a daily 3-rep max back squat this week. I want to emphasize the word daily. This doesn't have to be a lifetime 3-rep max. It's just going to be a daily 3-rep max. That means if you had a really shitty day at work, or you wake up early in the morning, you come to class and you didn't sleep that well, you more than likely are not going to hit a lifetime PR, and that's okay. We just want to see where you're at, all right? Other than that, you're going to see that the workouts this week are going to be kind of kicking it up just a little bit. They're going to push you to the edge. Don't worry, we have a deload week next week. But the workout that I want to highlight is going to come on Wednesday, the 14th, and it's called Pancake Face Plant. Now, Pancake Face Plant has a few moving parts, right? It's going to start in with a buy-in of wall balls. It's going to go through a chunk in the middle, and it's going to end with some wall balls. The reason I like to have this start and end with some wall balls is because it really puts you in the fire. There's nowhere to go when you're doing wall balls but to get them done. You can't move to any other part of the gym until you finish the requisite amount of work. So let me read this to you. For my RX Plus athletes, we have 80 wall balls for the gentlemen, 70 for the ladies. You immediately go into 6 rounds of 10 dumbbell clean and jerks, 5 wall walks, and 35 double unders. This is going to move really quick, but it's going to get sneaky as the rounds accumulate. After that, you move immediately into 50 wall balls for the gentlemen and 40 wall balls for the ladies. That's where we're going to end at. The idea here is that you're going to have to come back to this squat shape, and you're going to have to manage that second set of wall balls under an extremely high heart rate. For the RX athletes, the volume is just scaled slightly, where you're going to see that we're having 70 and 60 wall balls, and then you're going to go into 10 rounds. Okay, and then you're going to go into 40 and 30 wall balls. Nonetheless, what I want you to focus on is just being consistent, managing the conversation, and bringing together a lot of those things that we talked about. Nonetheless, this is going to be a fun week of training. Intensity is at its highest. We have a deload next week. We'll talk soon.